The SCP Foundation keeps monsters, anomalies, and even worse things locked. We are the Global Occult Coalition. We work towards our five-fold goal of education, destruction, protection, concealment, survival. We are going to expose those maniacs and their experiments, and we are going to rid the world of threats to our society, our life, and even our existence. I am exposing myself with these recordings, so I will stay anonymous, in order for you to know the truth. I am by Rostris Anonimo. We are the G.O.C, and you are about to know. The Coalition has secured information about a new anomaly. Some parts of the document make me doubt about its veracity, but it's better to be prepared for anything. Item number SCP-407. Object Class: Neutralized. Special Containment Procedures. At time of acquisition, SCP-407 was recorded within a compact cassette tape. Currently, SCP-407 is backed up as a digital audio file on. SCP-407 should not be allowed to play under any circumstances outside testing conditions, and only with the approval of O5. Testing of SCP-407 is to be done in completely soundproof environments. All tools and subjects must be sterilized to remove the presence of pollen, fungal spores, plant seeds, and as much bacterial life to the greatest degree possible to delay the negative effects of SCP-407. Description: SCP-407 is a song in an unidentified language, seemingly sung a cappella. The voices are thought to be human. The tape containing SCP-407 was found with one track of approximately 30 minutes duration, though the abrupt ending suggests there may be more. The song has been described by all listeners as something along the lines of soothing, glorious, and beautiful. While SCP-407 is played, rapid cell generation seems to occur within auditory radius. This effect seems to occur at a cellular level, and does not require the subject to be able to hear music. The changes seem to affect only multicellular organisms at first, but quickly begin to affect mitosis in single-celled organisms. During the first minute of exposure, all multicellular life forms seem to become healthier. Subjects suffering from malnutrition, scarring, physical injury, or chronic diseases, or other medical conditions seem to become healthy with only a minute of exposure to SCP-407. This has been shown to cure Alzheimer's disease, Crohn's disease, brain and spinal cord injuries, and normally fatal infections or wounds, amongst other things. Interestingly, cancer does not seem to be affected, though the subject's physical condition was still vastly improved. During the second and third minute of exposure, subjects start experiencing unnecessary unrestrained cell growth, manifesting in quickly advanced dermal growths, which, though sometimes painful and disfiguring, are not life-threatening. During the fourth minute of exposure, increased bacterial and fungal growth occurs, creating conditions that grow increasingly dangerous for all exposed life, even in their new healthy states. Respiratory and digestive problems are quick to arrive in most cases, and become steadily worse as time progresses. Past 5 minutes, the effects of SCP-407 seem to differ each trial. In all cases, trace elements of plants or fungus, as well as any animal life present, begin to grow and replicate uncontrollably at varying states, often shaping into new organisms. Full results have varied depending on the test, and on the objects present when SCP-407 is played. Addendum-407-1. SCP-407 was found in the home of Professor who had recently returned from research in the Amazon regions of northern Brazil. Agents were first alerted to a possible SCP-1. Addendum-407-02. The mold that eventually resulted from SCP-407's second test appears to be some sort of cordyceps fungi, noted to be similar to mold encountered by SCP-507. Due to fear of fulfilling a fate similar to that observed by 507, testing using SCP-407 has been limited to using only the first 20 minutes of recording. Addendum 407-03. Below is a sample test run of SCP-407. For full research and experimentation notes, see Experiment Log 407. I will proceed to read the sample test notes. Our agents were not able to recover the full experiment log yet, but we are working on it. Test 2, SCP-407. Played for 28 minutes 32 seconds. Within chamber, 1D class personnel, unsterilized. 25 seconds. Subject reports feeling soothed by the music, and of feeling stronger and more invigorated. 45 seconds. Liver spots and scars previously seen are shown to disappear. 2 minutes 20 seconds. Subject appears to have physically grown an inch. Increase in musculature is noticeable. 3 minutes 40 seconds. Subject reports intestinal pain. 4 minutes 20 seconds. Subject begins vomiting. From vomit, plants are seen growing and slowly rooting into the tile floor. 4 minutes 50 seconds. Subject starts developing rashes and growths on skin. 5 minutes 30 seconds. Heavy dermal disfigurement. Subject panting heavily, begging for help. Great pain report. 6 minutes 10 seconds. Subject falls to the ground and ceases to move. 6 minutes 45 seconds. Subject's body is quickly covered in what is thought to be fungal infections. Plant growth is observed growing on the subject's mouth, then eye sockets. 7:30. 7 minutes 30 seconds. Subject is by the time unrecognizable, covered in molds and plant shoots. Body bursts as a banana tree emerges from the subject's intestines and proceeds to grow to maturity within seconds. 8 minutes 45 seconds. Plant and fungal growth has begun to spread throughout the testing chamber. What appears to be moss and weeds cover the floor. 9 minutes 30 seconds. Several shoots, stalks, bushes, and even small trees have appeared. Banana tree is no longer recognizable. The tree has grown thick and is covered with foliage and fungal growth. 10 minutes 30 seconds. The air is heavy with pollen and spores. Vision in the testing chamber is difficult. 11 minutes 30 seconds. Movement is heard within the chamber. Several different small insect-like creatures are observed. Creatures are seemingly made of plant matter. 17 minutes 30 seconds. For the last 6 minutes, creatures made of plant matter have been observed to rapidly generate, grow to maturity, kill and eat other creatures, and then be eaten themselves. Creatures increasingly progressing in size as time increases. 19 minutes. Medium-sized mammalian creatures are observed. They seem humanoid and bear a resemblance to initial subject. 21 minutes. Large fungal stalk is observed to grow from one of the mammalian creatures. Stalk end bursts, dispersing white spores. 22 minutes. Plant growth is still lush, but everything begins to become coated by a layer of mold. The plant creatures seem to die slowly for an unknown reason, before being covered by the mold. 23 minutes. Mammalian creatures are the last to succumb. They heavily decay and become covered in the same mold. Bodies are shown to contract and expand as if breathing. Stalks quickly rise from the bodies, burst with spores, and then just as quickly rot. 28 minutes 32 seconds. Tape ends. No change in chamber since the appearance of mold. Chamber undergoes rigorous anti-biological cleansing. Samples of the mold were taken. See Addenda 407-01 and 407-02. End test 2. Addendum 407-04. SCP-407 has been deleted from the system, and what is now known to the Foundation as the interest group Serpent's Hand. freaking terrorists. We need to get our hands on this file. All known backup copies of SCP-407 have also been deleted, as if they were. Refer to Incident Report X-23. End log. Addendum 407-02. If this object is neutralized, then why are there still precautions to avoid a similar fate to this other anomaly, 507? The Coalition must achieve possession of the remaining experiment log, and most importantly, the incident report. It is atypical for the Serpent terrorists to destroy anomalies, especially when they align with their para-environmental goals as much as this one. I suspect foul play from the Foundation in order to keep experimenting with 407 more openly. But more information is required. For now, keep your eyes open, agents. This is by Rostris Anonymous. We are the G.O.C, and you have been informed.